Hey guys, Davis Visuals here, and you just got a GH5 and you want to know what frame rates to use to shoot music videos and or weddings. Before we get into that, check out the description and see the last video, where I go over every setting that I have for the GH5 when I shoot my music videos and or weddings. But for right now, we're going to talk about just frame rates and why I use them. Let's get started. So first, let's get into music videos and the two frame rates that I use when shooting. So anytime that I want to do something in real time, to me that's performance shots. I'll put it in 24 frames a second because it looks filmic, it just looks good. And anytime I have anything that's in slow motion, or if it's building up the story or making the video dramatic, it's usually in 60 frames a second. So 24 when people are rapping and you want to actually see their mouths moving to the music, and then 60 whenever you want to see like slow motion of the trees or people walking into something like you see right here. So when you're shooting music videos, you don't really have to focus on the audio that comes into the camera. So you can do also variable frame rate. So what I'll do anytime I go into a music video is I will shoot in 24 when they're doing their performance, and I'll sync all the performance shots in all of the areas that I've shot in, and then I'll fill all the gaps with B-roll in 60 frames. Because with 60 frame footage, when it's all slow motion and all that, you're not actually going to need to use the audio whatsoever. So variable frame rate is the way to go if you want to do any slow motion stuff, or if you want to just go into 4K 60 frames a second, you can also do that. So now we're going to talk about weddings, because this is a little bit different. Actually, a lot of it different. I never shoot anything in 24 frames a second when it comes to weddings, for one reason specifically. If you go into variable frame rate and you change your camera settings to 24, but you're trying to get slow motion, what you're going to do is you're going to lose all your audio. So anytime you're in variable frame rate, you will lose audio to the clip. Now let's say I shoot an entire wedding like that. Now the client who I give raw footage to only has a visual with no audio. So for me, it's important to give them something in 60 frames a second, because then I actually can give them the audio as well so they can listen to vowels and everything else. So it's important to me to keep the client happy and also get the slow motion. So I only shoot in 60 frames a second, never in 24. And if I have other shooters there and they're on tripods, they always shoot at 24 so that they have that filmic option. So when I have to do different edits, I can do that. But when it comes to just shooting for a highlight video, like you see right here, everything is in 60 frames a second. And personally, I don't shoot anything at 4K for weddings because I think it's a little bit overkill. And also I do same day edits, which 4K footage on my laptop would just die. It would never play at the reception. So I shoot everything at 1080 at 60 frames a second, just because I know I'm going to put most of it in slow motion and I want them to have the audio when they're done. So now that you guys have the settings, put them in your cameras. Let's go outside and let's just practice. Come back and then leave a comment on how it worked for you. If you guys want to know what I use specifically, go in the description and I can have all my gear listed there. And also, if you want to see videos using the exact same settings, that's also in the description. I have music videos and wedding videos there for you to check out. So if you like this video, like it, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments what you want to see next on this channel. Take care, guys.